Und willkommen zu einer neuen Folge der Flowgrade Show. Und heute bin ich in Kopenhagen und zwar in den Offices von VibroAcoustics, einem Aussteller vom Flowfest 2025 von 3. bis 6. Juli. Und der Jonas, der steht mir heute Rede und Antwort, und zwar, wenn es um dieses Produkt hier geht. Denn ich durfte es ausprobieren. Es ist ein Vibrationsgerät letztendlich, also wo ich Kopfhörer auf habe, wo ich eine Brille auf habe und da drauf liege und einen ganz, ganz tiefen Zustand der Entspannung kommen kann. Und ich finde es fantastisch, weil sogar bei einem Event, wo alles um dich herum verrückt spielt, kannst du eben mit Hilfe der Kopfhörer und der Augenklappe in einen ganz tiefen Zustand kommen. Und der Jonas, der beantwortet mir einfach ein paar Fragen zum Produkt und ich möchte dich ein bisschen mitnehmen hinter die Kulissen, um dir zu zeigen, was wir beim Flowfest alles auffahren, um die immersivste Biohacking-Erfahrung überhaupt zu generieren. Und daher nochmal die Einladung, wenn du noch kein Ticket hast, dann hol dir am besten jetzt noch eins, und zwar ganz einfach auf flowfest.de findest du alle Infos und Daten zu den Tickets und den Informationen, den Speakern, den Ausstellern. Und dann freuen wir uns auf dich. Und der Jonas und sein Team werden ebenfalls da sein. Jetzt aber ganz viel Spaß mit dem Blick hinter die Kulissen rund um VibroAcoustics, Vibration, Klang und Relaxation, Entspannung. Ganz viel Spaß. Go for Flow.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend.
Hey guys, and welcome to Copenhagen. I'm here with Jonas.
Hello.
And I just had an amazing session, and we want to introduce you to something that you will have the opportunity to experience at Flowfest in Munich in July this year.
That's correct, Max.
And Jonas, I have to say it was amazing. And maybe you can take us through a little bit what I just experienced.
Sure thing, Max. What you just experienced was what we call a vibroacoustic therapy. It's a way of combining music with vibrations. And this platform we are sitting on is actually our product. This is called the Viboard. This is the 4th generation of our product. So we developed that for 4 years now. And what you just experienced was a journey through music and vibrations. This platform exposes the low frequencies of the bass, going down to 30 hertz, 20 hertz even. And you just have to lay down and relax, and then the vibration will affect your parasympathetic nervous system. And then you are going into a deeper state of meditation. And you can actually do that like you experienced in 20 minutes, 15 minutes around that time.
Yeah, totally. I really have to say I had the feeling that I was floating, and at times, at first my brain was completely switched on. I thought about everything I have to do, and I have to catch a flight later on and so on. And then all of a sudden images appeared to me, like me being on the beach, seeing the waves, or in the forest, because you hear some birds twerping, singing, and then and the vibrations really kind of ease you into, like what you described, in a deepened state of relaxation. And with the sounds. And my first question would be to you is, are the sounds synchronized with the vibration somehow? Or is...
Yes, you can say that. The sound and the music is actually produced by our in-house label, by artists that works with this, and they produce the music on the product. So when they sit, they can feel everything they do. So it's synchronized, And we have different journeys. We have journeys going very deep. We also have journeys going a little lighter, depends on the audience. What we gave you today was the deep experience. So I hope you felt that.
I did.
Yes.
I did feel that. And I really can imagine that even during an event, when things are kind of busy around you, with the sound, that you can really switch off.
You can. We've been testing this out at other conferences, like in Copenhagen Health Week and Take Barbecue here in Copenhagen, which is some of the biggest places we've been. But we've also been at small festivals, music festivals, where we actually have this kind of space to go and go deep down to earth with the frequency, and then you just like forget everything that happens around you, even though it's a high level of activity around you. When you have the noise cancelling headphones and you lay here, you would probably feel like you were somewhere else.
Totally. And I'm really so excited for everyone at Flowfest to be able to experience that, because I think this was somehow missing, like a spot. And the thing is, because you have the earphones on, that it doesn't even have to be like completely separated from the event, you know, it can be kind of within, but you still have that island of calm.
Yes, exactly.
And I would love to do it even more often. I really hope we get a bed soon, close in Munich in an episode, but we're going to work on that.
Yes, for sure.
But my question would be, like, what is the history behind that? Because I was always intrigued by frequency, music, and also light and everything. And vibration was somehow still a bit like missing. There are vibration plates also to work out, but for relaxation. So can you tell me a little bit more about the origins of this product? Like, how did it come to be?
The origins is just actually come from the traditional kind of music therapy, which is with the old school singing balls and didgeridoos and all this kind of music that makes these vibration frequencies. So it's actually inspired by a traditional way of doing it. But
like oftentimes biohacking is, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's traditional way, and we just build a machine or platform here that can take you into that deeper state of meditation quite quicker than what is usual, I would say. Yeah.
What people do you think profit the most from something like that? Like, is there, or the people also that try that out or come to see you, is there a pattern in terms of, for example, high performers that are super stressed and need to calm down quickly, or is it people with deeper lying issues, or is it a combination?
It's a really good question, actually, Max. But I would say, from my experience, it's very wide, actually, what this can do for people. Like, we've been in a professional football club in Denmark, trying to get the athletes to stress down, and actually, we got from just 15 minutes of treatment, they went down 40% in stress level. We just make a simple scheme of questions. How did you feel before?
Track their stress
level. Exactly. How did you feel before and how did you feel after? And just by that simple way of calculating, we actually got them down in stress level in the whole squad by 40%.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Impressive. Yeah. Yes. These numbers, always, biohackers love numbers.
Yes.
So it's always good.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And they was a little bit skeptical, to be honest, in the beginning, because a professional football club, they are very busy and they don't have time to lay down and relax. But the feedback we got was amazing, and I'm sure in the future we will have more of these kind of collaborations. But it's not just professional athletes, or it can also be your minor brother that has anxiety, or, you know, I have anxiety myself sometimes, so I actually use it myself.
Who doesn't, by the way?
To calm down, you know, when you have a lot of things to do, you are very busy in your life. I guess most people are busy nowadays because so many things, so many interactions, phones, computers, Wi-Fi, stress from work in general. So I would say it's like it can benefit from one end to the other, actually.
Yeah, I would recommend it really to everyone.
Yeah.
One question that came to mind was also, how do you select, like, first of all, maybe how many songs do you have? Because the music is so intriguing, it really brings you down quickly. I think just the music itself would already do some work, and then with the vibration you get like multiplier. But how do you select the music, and where does it come from?
The music is, like I said before, in-house made. So we have this little variety of light to deeper kind of vibrations. But the music is inspired by old school music therapy, like singing balls and these things also. So
and everything is in-house made.
Everything is in-house made, from our product to the music to everything is made from our own company, the hardware and the software combined. Yeah.
How many different like tracks? I could imagine that you have sort of like tracks, you know, the target maybe more, let's say the crown chakra or the heart or something like that. Do you like iterate with these things?
We have not, to be honest, gone so deep into that part yet, because we are still upcoming, if you can say it like that. We are still a startup, and so like to take it to that level, to be honest, we haven't done that yet. But we are focusing on low frequencies for anxiety, for better sleep, and these things. That's what we've been focusing on so far.
And one thing I also want to touch on, because you said that this is actually also reducing the EMF, the electromagnetic fields.
Yes.
Can you explain that again? Because
Yes.
of course that's also super interesting, because yes, there's electronics involved.
Yes.
Many people also in our scene are sensitive
Yes.
to EMFs.
Yeah.
So how about that?
So what we did is that with this new product, this is the 4th generation of our product. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the floor in the building is actually the first product of our.
Actually, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the camera.
So they can see the difference from the first product to the 4th generation.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've been doing is that we've been putting on legs to make it look higher up, and it's also easier to come on and off. And we've made this distance piece of wood to remove the EMF radiation, because the longer you go away from the transducer, the less radiation you have from EMF. So with this product, we are safe, and that's of course very important for us to have this kind of safety for our customers. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited to have you guys at Flowfest this year. Maybe we can, for finishing up, tell the story how that all happened, because our own Tim
Yes, that's true.
met you,
Yes.
of all places, in...
The amazing Tim and we met in Koh Phangan in Thailand, and we just immediately connected, and Tim was super happy about our product. He was like coming back for more 2 or 3 days after I showed him the first time. So it was an amazing experience to meet Tim in Koh Phangan in Thailand. And now I was so lucky to have Max here with us in Copenhagen, so I could show it to him also. And now I want to ask you a question.
Of course.
How did you enjoy it, Max?
It was, to be honest, more intense than I expected.
Okay.
I expected already, vibration and some music, but that you get really woven into this experience so deeply.
Yes.
And that the vibrations also, because they kind of move down, up and down your body, and sometimes they pick up, sometimes they go down. So it really is like you're on a moving cloud, and then the music moves you along, and it moves you really through all kinds of images in your head. And at first I wasn't sure, because I'm here. Of course, you guys are coming as a exhibitor, and we met for the first time, and then so there are lots of thoughts in my head. And then I thought, can I really shut off now within these 20 minutes? And then you told me after 20 minutes, I'm going to touch your shoulder, and you give me a thumbs up, and I augment the session a little bit. And then
immediately you raised both hands like that.
Yes, I was. And then the last 15 minutes, they were where I could completely kind of let go, because then I was saying, okay, now already, I was prepared. And before that already too, at occasion, but then it was like, okay, 15 more minutes just to let it go. And I think, everyone, in my opinion, can benefit from something like that, because we are in a world where our nervous system has a hard time shutting off.
Yes.
We're constantly bombarded with stimuli, and there's things in our email.
Exactly.
In our email account, in our social media, and whatever. And so I think, and here you just give yourself sort of the present of 20 minutes, of 30 minutes of relaxation.
Yeah, it's a quick meditation.
That's it. But even more than a meditation, you don't, the music carries you. That's what I like.
Yes.
You don't have to work.
And it also stimulates your vagus nerve and puts you in the parasympathetic nervous system.
That's exactly the trick nowadays.
Yes, to go away from fight and flight mode. We want to be in the rest and digest mode. So that's what we can do. And we look very much forward to be with you and exhibit at your conference. And we look forward to meet all the people from Munich and around the world.
So if you could ask one thing from our audience, that everyone kind of I'm thinking, one wish that you would have for everyone now coming to see you guys in July, what would that be?
That would be open-minded to a new experience, and come by and try because it's for free. So I cannot see why not. Yeah, be open-minded.
Jonas, I'm excited to have you.
Thank you, Max.
And we're going to grow the Biohacking Alliance all over Europe.
Yes.
With integrating Copenhagen and Munich and Denmark and Germany even more. So thank you guys for listening, for watching, and see you in July. Thank you, Jonas.
Thank you, Max.
Go for Flow. So, das war's mit dieser Folge der Flowgrade Show. Vielen Dank, dass du wieder eingeschaltet hast. Ich hoffe, du hast wieder was gelernt, diesmal gesehen, und zwar hinter die Kulissen eines Ausstellers beim Flowfest 2025. Falls dir das gefallen hat, dann wird dir das Flowfest erst recht gefallen. Und deswegen lade ich dich hier nochmal ein, unbedingt dabei zu sein von 3. bis 6. Juli in München. Wir machen die immersivste Biohacking-Erfahrung überhaupt. Es wird das größte und Top-Biohacking-Event im deutschsprachigen Raum. Das heißt, komm gerne vorbei, schließ dich der Community an. Alle Infos und Tickets findest du auf flowfest.de. Ich lasse es dort so stehen. Ansonsten freue ich mich natürlich über eine 5-Sterne-Bewertung auf Spotify, auf Apple Podcasts oder ein Abonnement auf YouTube. Und der beste Weg, um in Touch zu bleiben mit dem, was bei uns passiert, ist einfach über den Newsletter. Und über den findest du alles raus, auch die neuesten Updates zum Flowfest. Und den findest du auf flowgrade.de. So, das war's mit dieser Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Einschalten. Ich bin Max Gotzler. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Go for Flow.